Welcome to Inspirational Leadership and the Character Requirements of Leadership. And this is our last, number 8 in this series. And the last character requirement for leadership is patience. Now it's interesting, it seems to run contrary to some of the things we've just spoken about in the last few videos, like fierce resolve and courage and staying positive. Patience almost seems like we're giving up. It's resignation that we just have to sit here and be patient. Something will happen, we hope. It's not that at all. It's strong, positive patience to know that God will act. Habakkuk in the Old Testament has a complaint to God. He says, I look around and I see evil prospering. Where are you, God? God answers and says, it's okay, Habakkuk. I'm going to deal with those people, but I'm going to use another group that are even worse than the ones you know to deal with those people. In the end, Habakkuk comes to this place where he has to trust God. And he says this, though the fig tree does not bud, and there's no grapes on the vines, though the olive crop fails, and the fields produce no food, though there are no sheep in the pens, and no cattle in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in the God of my salvation. What is Habakkuk saying? Though everything in my life looks like God is not there and is not acting, I will patiently wait because I know God will come through in the way that He said that He would. Patience is the sure hope that God will act. And there are some times when you're called to be really active with courage and fierce resolve to push forward in a positive way. There are other times that you're actually called to wait. And as we've said, it's not resignation that it's never going to happen. It's a sure and positive hope that God will deliver as He said. But what you need is to stop struggling and to actually be patient. Sometimes you need to be patient with groups. Sometimes you need to be patient with one or two leaders that you're dealing with. Sometimes you need to be patient in this difficult, conflictual situation where you're working away at it. And to push it, it's only going to make it worse. What you need is to have godly patience. The hard thing is, right back in the beginning of this series, we talked about wisdom. You should go and watch that one again because all of us actually need wisdom. The wisdom to know when to push and the wisdom to know when to be patient. So our reflection is a pretty obvious one, our last reflection in this series. Where do you need to act right now with courage? And where do you need to wait in patience? And I trust that God will give you the wisdom to choose between the two and the ability, when God says to be patient, the ability to wait with patient and sure hope.